In this short video, we're going to have a look at how you can make a banner for your Moodle course to make it a little more interesting. What you're going to need to ensure that you have is PowerPoint open, and we're also going to be going to the website www.pixabay.com. On this website you can find a wide range of really nice images, and they're all Creative Commons, which means that you can use them freely. I've got PowerPoint open here, and I've got two slides. When you open it, you'll only have one. So let's say this is the one slide that you've got open. And when you create your slide, just click onto Layout and make sure that you've got a blank layout. This will give you a blank screen on which to work. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is go to the Pixabay website, and let's say that you're doing a course on social networking and you want a nice image to put at the top of it. So if you type in social networking, it's come up with a range of images. Now at the top you'll notice there are a few in the first row, and they've all got a grey border around them. These are sponsored images from Shutterstock. If I hover over one, can you see that it has a watermark all the way through it? So you wouldn't want to use any of these. But down here we've got some really nice images that we could use. So all you need to do is scroll down the screen and you could choose from any of these. When you find one that you like, let's see, what should we have? Let's use this lady. Click on to the image that you've chosen. It tells you who's made the image. It gives you some other options as well that they've made. And you click onto the download button. Click onto download, and can you see it gives you a range of options of the different sizes that you can choose. Let's go for the second one. Click on download. The message at the bottom of the screen opens, and we're going to click on the down arrow because we want to select Save As. Now what we suggest you do is click onto the Pictures folder, and it's always a good idea to have a folder for your particular course. So let's call it Social Networking. Double click to open the folder. You can see up here it's telling you you're in Pictures in the Social Networking folder. The file name that we have is the one that was saved on the website. If you click just in front of it, type in Pixabay, then what that will do is remind you where you got the image from, so that if you have to refer to where you've obtained your images, it's a good reminder. You can keep that name. I think I'm going to actually delete that and just call it Social Networking. And we click on Save. And what we're going to do now is go back to PowerPoint. You've got your PowerPoint slide open here, and we're going to put in a shape to begin with to start our banner. So we click on the Insert tab, we go to Shapes, and a rectangle is probably the best one to choose. I'm going to choose a rounded rectangle. Click on there, and you can see you've got the hairline cross appeared. Click down, hold your left mouse button and drag it along, and it will create a shape for you. You'll get a good idea of the size, but if you do one sort of generally about that shape. Now it's filled with a blue. If you want to change the colour, you can just scroll over the options. If you click on the bottom one, it will give you a bigger range. So let's go for the purple one. Now while it's all selected and you can see that we've got the arrows and the border, you can just start typing into it. So just start typing in the title of your course. Now you can see that that is a little bit on the small side. If we go to the Home tab and we click onto the Increase Font arrow, click on the edge to select it first, and then as you can see that increases the size of the font. If you think it's getting a little bit too large, you can click on the decrease. If you want to change the colour of the font, you can go down here and change your colour. I'm just going to stay with the white one as it stands out quite nicely, and then click outside. So we've got the first part of our banner. What we're going to do now is find the image that we've just saved from Pixabay, and we're going to place it on the corner. So we go back to the Insert tab and we select Pictures. And what we need to do is navigate to the folder that we've just made. So click on the Pictures option, scroll down to the folder you made, Social Networking, double click that. You've got one image in there, so double click on that, and here's our image. Now, as you can see, it's a little on the large side, so what we're going to do is resize it. And the quickest way is to move your arrow over into one of the corners. If you click and hold down and drag it into the middle, you can see it resizes it. It's always best to do it from one of the corners, because then that keeps the image in its correct proportions. Once you've got it to a size that you think is right, let's make that a little bit smaller. And if we pop it there, we can adjust it so that it's at an angle. Let's make it a little bit smaller and turn it around a little bit. You can play around with this until you get it just right. Now, we've now got two images. If I click into that one, you can see that one's selected. If I click into the shape, that's selected. What we want to do is make this into one image. And you do that by clicking into the first one so that it's selected. Hold down the Control key and click into the second one. That is now, we've now got both of our images selected. And up here we've got the Drawing Tools and the Picture Tools tabs open. We're going to the Drawing Tools tab and click on Format. And can you see we've got a group here? Click on the drop down arrow next to Group and select Group, and it will join the objects together so you can move and format them as if they were a single object. So click on there, and can you see now that that is moving around as a single object? So we can now save this as a picture file. Now this can be a little bit of a fiddle, but make sure that you've got your picture selected and click onto the edge to make sure you've got the solid line around there. Point to the corner so you've got the four-headed arrow and click your right mouse button. Now you get the drop-down menu comes up, and you can click Save as Picture. Click on there with your left mouse button and navigate back to your Pictures folder and your Social Networking folder, and you could call this Banner. There are a different range of file types. PNG is quite acceptable. We'll select a JPEG image here, and if we click on Save, that has now been saved as an image. If we pop into our folders here and go to Pictures and Social Networking, you can see we've got our banner and we've got the image that we saved originally. So that is how you make the the image. In our next video, we'll be looking at how you can insert that into your Moodle course.